Hello and welcome back to another video. I hope you're all doing well. So I've been away from YouTube for a little while, about a month. Haven't been putting out any videos, just taking a little break. I've reverted back to my old ways. You could relapse, as you could say. I've just been playing a wide variety of games, not really finishing anything. Just having a bit of fun, taking the pressure off having to put out reviews and things. Yeah, when I started YouTube, I've never been doing YouTube to try and eventually make money or anything like that. It's always purely just been for fun. So I do want to make sure that if I'm ever getting stressed about putting videos out or anything, that I just remember that I'm supposed to be doing it for fun and take a bit of a break. So that's what I've just done. But yeah, it's what I have found is that YouTube was giving me that structure of actually completing games and working my way through my backlog. And the few weeks that I've just given myself off YouTube, I've just gone wild again and just started playing a bit of everything and not really finishing much. I finished one game, which I'll come on to in a bit. But yeah, I just thought I'd just jump on, update everyone on just what I've been playing to make a good fun little video out of it, and just what my plans are, if any, going forward. So let's jump into what I've been playing. So I've been playing a couple of multiplayer games. I tend to play a few multiplayer games anyway, but I've jumped back into Battlefield 2042. Is that the one? Yeah, 2042. And really enjoying my time with it. I jumped in playing it when it originally released with the EA access, like 10-hour. Sorry, I just had to cut away. I had a big sneezing fit. Hay fever season. Anyway, yeah, I jumped in and started playing it when it first released with the EA like 10-hour free trial thing, and really didn't get on with it. It wasn't Battlefield to me. I didn't like what they did with where they took the game, what direction they went in. And I've jumped back in every kind of few months or so just to check since. But I jumped back on about a month ago, and I've been playing it pretty regularly ever since. And they've really transformed it. They've gone back to the class system from all the previous Battlefields, which I really like. They've redesigned, I think, all of the original maps, so they play far better now than they did when I originally played it. And yeah, just having a really good time with it. It feels like a Battlefield game now, which to me it didn't feel like a Battlefield game at all when it first released. So I've just been working through it, leveling up my weapons, trying to knock off some achievements, and just generally having fun with it. So that's one of the games I've been playing. Another game, well, may as well stick with the EA theme, using that 10-hour free trial I just spoke of, which if people aren't aware, you get it through Game Pass. I'm not sure if it has to be Game Pass Ultimate. I think it might be. But then you get the access to EA Access, which gives you 10-hour free trials of all of their new games, which is brilliant because 10 hours is quite a long time, really, isn't it? And then if you're hooked on the game after that, you can buy it, obviously. But I'm using that 10-hour free trial to play through EA Sports PGA Tour, their new golf game. And I'm 7 or 8 hours through my free trial, kind of just working my way through the career mode. And it's good. It's good. I really like what they've done with the career mode, because what I'm doing is I'm comparing it to 2K PGA, the kind of competitor to this, which I've been playing a lot. And I think the gameplay, the core mechanics are better in 2K, but this is coming from someone that I prefer kind of the sim style golf. So I don't have it on EA where you can kind of tap the button to power up, and when the ball's in mid-flight you can add spin. I don't have it on all of those kind of arcadey settings. So if you prefer that side of things, like Tiger Woods used to be back in the day, then you'll prefer EA. But for sim style golf, I think 2K's got the better gameplay. But what EA does have going for it is it's got slightly better graphics. I think the career mode is definitely more fleshed out. You start as an amateur and you work your way through Corn Ferry and you come onto the PGA, and they've got lots of kind of challenges and tasks you can work through as you're going through each tournament. It's just better done, really. And they've got more courses, and they have the Masters. They have Augusta, which is a big selling point for me because I love playing around that course. So I've been playing through that. Yeah, overall decent I'd say. I haven't started playing online or anything like that yet, and I don't think once my 10 hours is up, I don't think I'm going to buy it yet. That's the good thing about 10 hours. It gives you a decent idea of kind of whether you like the game or not. And I think I'll just wait for it to come on sale for half price or something, and then pick it up and carry on playing. On a more kind of single player story related note, I've gone back and started playing Assassin's Creed Odyssey again, which is one of my favourite games, well, of all time, really. It's not my favourite game of all time, but it's a game I really like. One of my favourite games on the Xbox One. And I've gone back and started just knocking off the achievements, trying 100% it. And I've been working with the one that I've been trying to work towards for ages is fully upgrading your ship, the Adrestia, I think it's called. And I've done that now. The grind was real on that in terms of getting all the tablets and getting all the resources you need. That's done. I have one achievement left, which is to just go around and do all of the underwater locations. And I haven't been doing them as I go along, so I've basically got all of them to do. So it's probably another kind of few hours of just sitting down and grinding and doing it. But that will be done, and then that's like a big completion for me. Not difficult, but in terms of hours, it's a long completion. It's like 80 to 100 hours completion. So that will get done. I'm just going to put a podcast on or something and just sit down and follow a guide and go around and get all of them. And I also picked up, because they were on sale recently in the Assassin's Creed sale they were having, both the DLCs for it, so Legacy of the First Blade and The Fate of Atlantis, which were both, I think it was £20 for both, or something. It was a decent offer anyway. So I've played through and completed Legacy of the First Blade, purely because that was the first one that came out, so I didn't know if story-wise there'd be any overlap and I should play them in order. And it was okay. It wasn't amazing. I think if I hadn't had a big break from Assassin's Creed, then it would have been even worse, to be honest, because it was very similar to the main game. So if you just finished the main game and then gone straight into that, I don't think it would have really felt much different. It's on the same map. There's nothing new there. There's a few new weapons and things, but there's not a huge amount different. But I played through that, completed that. It was okay. And I've just started, just like the first hour, into The Fate of Atlantis, and that is very different. That's a lot better. The whole new map. It's a more exciting setup. You're obviously going to Atlantis, so there's more kind of fantasy elements and things to it. So that's looking a lot more promising. So I will play through that as well. Just there's no rush to it. I'm not kind of hitting it and trying to get it done as quickly as possible. I'll just dip in and out over the next kind of however long it takes to get it done. But yeah, a bit of a dip back into Assassin's Creed. That's been going well. I've also jumped back into Cyberpunk 2077, and the reason for doing that is because of the like I was saying about Battlefield, how much it's been improved. I realised that obviously they've been doing that with Cyberpunk as well. So Cyberpunk, I was very excited for. The Witcher 3 is my favourite game of all time, and I pre-ordered Cyberpunk. I got the limited edition. I went onto their website and paid like 60 quid for a limited edition poster. I was all in on it. I was like, yes, let's go. And then I got it on release, and I think I was a bit more unlucky than most people. A couple of my mates played through it all the way and didn't really have any issues, but mine was just so buggy. I had several missions where I couldn't actually complete the objective, like near the end, and then I just had to like reload and go back in, and just constantly getting glitches and bugs and getting stuck and all this stuff. And I was just like, this is not how I want to play this game. I've been really looking forward to this game, and it was difficult to do because I'd been waiting and waiting for the game, and I was excited to play it, but I was like, no, I'm going to put this down. I'm going to wait until they've sorted everything and I get the best possible experience. And then at that stage I was like, well, I may as well wait for the next gen upgrade. So I just put it aside to wait. And then the next gen upgrade came, and I was playing other things, and I just haven't been back to it since. But I've gone back now, and I started a new file, and I've played through to where I was, which is about 12, 13 hours in. So I'm just going to carry on playing through that basically. And I think I will do a review of that as well. Yeah, it's a game that I'm going to sink enough time into that I think a review would be worthwhile doing. And in terms of the game, it's vastly improved. I'm not getting any bugs. Well, very, very minor bugs, like things that don't affect the game. I'm not getting any major game breaking glitches or bugs or anything. I'm not getting anything that's affecting my enjoyment of the game. I was getting really bad sound bugs the first time around, where the speaking would just stop in cutscenes and stuff. None of that anymore. It's perfectly playable. It looks stunning. I've got it on my 4K monitor, in like playing in great visual fidelity. I do have it in performance mode, so I don't think it's actually running in 4K, but it looks amazing. The lighting's good. You can tell the difference between the Xbox One and the Series X upgrade, and yeah, really enjoyed my time with it. I think yeah, it's what I've played so far. It's a great game. I love the world they've created. I love the kind of cyberpunk aesthetic. As I said before in previous videos, sci-fi is one of my favourite genres. So really enjoying it so far, and I'm going down a different play route this time. The first time I was going, I just kind of went quite generic, like assault rifles, just play with the guns and go down that route. And now I've gone for a quick hacking slash blade, like close-up blade samurai sword kind of play style. So it's very different to the first time around, so it feels quite different. And then next up, so let's let you know, I've played 7 games to go through that I've been playing in like the last month. So as you can tell, I've been jumping around a lot, which is what I've always done before I had this structure of the YouTube channel. So Hi-Fi Rush, I was going to do a review of this on the channel. I did actually put up a video of the first 30 minutes, but I foolishly didn't put on the like the streamer music, so it was all licensed music, and YouTube took the video down. So that's my own fault. I didn't think to do this, an inexperience. I didn't think to do it, and I couldn't be bothered to play through it again and re-upload it. I think it's a good game. I think it's a really good game. It didn't kind of keep me interested. I don't know how far through the game, about halfway. But to me, after a while, I was just like, yeah, this is a great idea. It's very well made, very well designed. The art style is fantastic. Voice acting, everything about the game is good. It just wasn't grabbing me. So halfway through the game, I was like, yeah, I'm going to move on to something else now. I've got no need to push through and finish it. It might be one of those games I go back to and polish off at some point, because I did enjoy my time with it. But yeah, for now I've moved on, and I don't think I'll be putting out a review anytime soon. One game that has captured me, and I am addicted to at the moment, is Vampire Survivors. So it's only like £2 or £3 anyway, but it is on Game Pass if you want to save your £2 or £3, which I did. This was talked about last year in all the Game of the Year videos and stuff. It was made by one guy. It's a very simple, well, I'll put some gameplay up, you'll see, but very simple game. All you do is move with your thumbstick. That's all you do, apart from when you're in the menus choosing weapons and things. In terms of actual gameplay, you just move with one thumbstick, and that's it. So it's very simple to play, but hugely addictive. So all of the weapons and things auto fire, and your upgrades choose the weapons, and then when you upgrade the weapons, it will affect how often the weapon fired and the dispersion of the weapon and how long the effects last, if there are effects. And you just spec and you try and survive as long as possible. And on each of the maps there's hidden items and things around that you've got to try and get to, but it will take you time to get there, and by the time you get there the enemies will have got stronger and more of them, so you've just got to try and make a build to survive, to get to certain areas of the map to unlock upgrades and new characters and that type of thing. And it's just that repeating loop. You earn currency during your runs, which you can then use to permanently upgrade your stats, so that you can last longer and longer and longer. And it's just an incredibly addictive loop. It's just a sensory overload towards the end of the maps, when there's just literally the screen is filled with enemies and you're sending off your attacks just all over the place. You've maxed up all of your attacks and you're just taking out 1,000 enemies every kind of 10 seconds, and it's the sweet spot. It's if you haven't tried it, just try the game. Like I said, it's either on Game Pass or it's a couple of quid. Even if you don't like the game, you've not lost out on much. It's a fantastic game. It's a fantastic game. And finally, the last game on my list that I've been playing is Grid Legends, which is a racing game, for those that don't know. So the last video I put out was my top 15 racing games, and that I was going through capturing footage for that, and I was like, I want to play a new racing game, but I'm waiting for Forza Motorsport, and I didn't really want to buy another new game, so I just thought I'll see what's on Game Pass, and Grid Legends was on there, and it's okay. I played the last Grid game, the one before this one, and I didn't think it. I thought it was okay again, nothing special, like a 6, 7 out of 10 game. I'd say this one's about the same, 7 out of 10 game. But it's just something to scratch that itch of a racing game. It's well made, it's decent, it's just not great. I do like there's like a live action story that runs through it. With so you play through the story and you're part of you're a new driver in a racing team and you've got this rivalry against another team. And you go through the story and that sets you up. At the end of the story, you set up your own team and go off and you go through your career. So that was quite a nice way of doing it. They're trying something different, something new, and I've got through that story and got on to where I've got my own team and starting my career going through that. But mainly it was just scratching that itch of playing a new racing game. And again, it's something I will, whenever I feel like playing a racing game, I'll jump into it, work my way through until Forza Motorsport comes out, which fingers crossed comes out soon at the Xbox Showcase. I'm hoping. I don't think they will, but it'd be amazing if they were like, and it comes out today. I just hope that it's not delayed. If it needs to be delayed, it needs to be delayed, but I really hope it's not. I'd like it to come out before Starfield so I can play through it and then Starfield comes. But yeah, that's what I've been playing through there. So, my plans going forwards are... Well, I don't really have any plans. So, yeah, like I said earlier, going into YouTube, I didn't really have plans of... It's just for fun. So it was very good having those kind of backlog playlists as a structure that I play through them, put reviews out. But it was getting a bit... I was enjoying it, but it was getting a bit too... I have to get this video out by this date because I put this self-imposed thing on myself that for the first... I was going to commit to it for 6 months and try and near as possible get a video out every week, or on average, if I missed a week, put 2 out the next week, which I did. So I've done that, and then that's kind of the objective completed. And I had fun doing it, but for now I'm just going to put out videos whenever I want and whatever I want, kind of thing, a bit less structured. And it may well be that in a few months I come back on and need a bit more structure or want to be a bit more structured again, and I'll do another backlog playlist or something else. But my plan going forward is to put out reviews. Unless people let me know if you want me to, I probably won't do the first 30 minutes anymore. I did them just because I thought that kind of tied quite nicely into a review, that if you want some more footage, there was the first 30 minutes. But obviously I understand if you want more footage, there's thousands of videos on YouTube, so you can just go and find them. But if let me know if you do want them, I'll carry on doing them. But I'll probably just go straight to the reviews, and I'll carry on doing like top 10, top 15 videos of various... I've got a list of dozens of ideas for top 15 videos and things, because I really enjoy doing them. And I've also got quite a large physical game collection, so you can see some behind, it goes all the way down to the floor, but that's not all of them. I've got shelves over there that you can't see, with like, I don't know, 200-300 PlayStation 2 games and things. So I could do some collection videos I've been thinking about doing. So again, if you'd like to see that, let me know in the comments, and if I get lots of comments saying a particular video, I'll lean more towards doing that. I'll probably put a poll up or something. I haven't done one before, I'm not sure how you do it, but I'm sure it's quite easy. So yeah, I'll put a poll thing up on my channel that comes up, and you can click what type of video you'd like to see. But yeah, I will, for those people that very kindly commented on my video asking what they want me to play, I will get round to doing those games and putting a review out. Just apologies, it's just, yeah, I've taken a bit of a break and I'm playing other things, but I will get round to. So those games are Celeste, Darksiders, and Uncharted 4. So thank you very much to those people that commented, and I will play them and do a review at some point. Just apologies, it might be a while. But yeah, that's just a quick update, a bit of what I've been playing, some mini reviews, and yeah, I'm gonna get back to playing some games. So I hope all your gaming's going well. I hope you're having a good day, and yeah, I'll speak to you soon. On to the next one.